Dagger uses the inject annotation to create objects. We're going to see in this video what it means. So I have this user and contact classes, and for this video, I'm going to assume that main activity depends on user. So now we have this user factory that provides us the user instance. But as you can see here, there is no use of dagger here. So we're telling dagger to give us an instance of user, but we haven't used or we haven't told dagger how to create it. Now if we try to go ahead and build the project, it's going to give us an error because dagger doesn't know how to create the user instance, as you can see. So first of all, I'm just going to tell dagger that use this constructor to create an instance because it's an empty constructor. It doesn't have any other dependencies. So if we use this constructor, it doesn't have any dependency on the contact class. So it's going to uh, fine, and we'll be able to see what it shows as first name. So after the compile compilation is done, we're going to go ahead in the generated classes and go ahead in the debug because this is the debug variant. And if you go in the dagger user factory, which is generated by dagger from this interface, so it uses that empty constructor because that's annotated with the inject annotation. So if we go ahead and run, actually we don't have anything. So it's going to say hello world because that's the default text view. So I'm going to change the text view to show the first name of the user. So now we need to get the user from here, right? So we'll simply go ahead and get it this way. Obviously, this is not the way that you're going to get it in a real life application, but this is just to show you how it's done. So this is how we're getting the user instance from the Dagger user factory class that's generated by Dagger. And we're going to show user.firstname. So this particular case, the user class is generated using this constructor. Now if we run this, it's going to show Dagger in this text view. So this is Dagger. Now, what if we want to change this instead and we want to have this constructor to like we want this constructor to be used to create an instance of user object. Now, if you see, there is a change in these two constructors. So this one was empty and this has a dependency, contact. Now, if we want to go ahead and build this project, it's not going to build because although Dagger knows how to create user instance, but for this particular case, in this constructor, it needs a contact object as well, and Dagger doesn't know how to create it because we haven't annotated anything in this contact object, right? So we're going to go ahead and do um, this. I annotate the constructor with inject. Now, if you see again, oh, so it's gone. Okay, we're going to rebuild the project and see how Dagger creates the user object now. Okay, so if we go here, now we'll see that the user object is created using the constructor that we annotated with inject. Before it was using this constructor, now it's using the second one. So let's go ahead and run it. If you see, this constructor initializes the first name with empty, so that's why it's not showing anything. So this is how Dagger generates the objects based on the inject annotation.